Hey guys, welcome back. So today is definitely an overdue video because I haven't done a Tretinoin update in quite some time. I got into the habit of doing these like monthly and then quarterly, and I think I did like a year roundup as well. So I think now that it's been nearly a year and a half, it's worth doing another update for you guys in case you're also thinking about going on Tretinoin or you're currently using it and you want to know what happens a year and a half later. In case you haven't seen any of these Tretinoin videos before that I make, or because it's been such a long time, let me just do a quick roundup of how I got started. I have got an entire playlist which I'll link in the description box below, but very briefly, I started on Tretinoin, which was a gel formula, 0.025% tretinoin, and it was mixed with clindamycin, which is like a topical antibiotic. And I used that from say April till about September last year in 2018. And then when it got to September time, I was away in Italy and I managed to get hold of 0.05% tretinoin in a cream formula without anything else. So it was just pure tretinoin on its own. And I've basically been using that ever since, minus a few months at the beginning of this year when I decided to give DIFFERIN a try. DIFFERIN is also a topical retinoid, but has a few key differences to tretinoin. If you want to find out all about my DIFFERIN experience, then again, I will also link that in the description box below, so go and check that out if you're also keen on knowing whether you want to start with DIFFERIN or tretinoin. But yeah, after that, I then went back onto tretinoin, and yeah, I guess it's been a good sort of 3-4 months now since I've been back using tretinoin. So yeah, let's just crack on with this video, give you my full update on how things have been going. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to do a close-up of my skin just so you can see the full picture. I am not wearing a trace of makeup for this video so that you can get a good idea of what my skin looks like. But yeah, if you want the close-ups, stay to the end. It's just started to pour it down, so I hope it sounds therapeutic rather than annoying. But yeah, I'm going to carry on with this video because I really want to film it and get it out for you guys this week. So yeah, bear with. So going back on tretinoin has been a game changer for my skin in terms of the texture. I definitely believe tretinoin was a far better option than DIFFERIN. Just for like the refining of pores, like fine lines, particularly now I'm in my 30s, I really want to concentrate on these kind of, what do they call, like the 11s, like in your forehead. I also have quite a few forehead lines and also some crow's feet around my eyes and also smile lines. All of these things are super natural, not got a problem with having them, but if I can prevent premature aging, if I can slow that process down a little, then why not? And they're the things that I think are key indicators as to whether tretinoin is really working for me. So in terms of texture, my skin has been doing amazing. Like it feels super smooth. I don't have any of those like small little bumps. Yeah, really loving that. But over the last month, I've really noticed that my skin has been breaking out a lot more, particularly around my chin, jaw, like cheek area, and they've been getting a lot more cystic and a lot deeper. Now, I keep an acne journal, which is basically a place where I track my breakouts, what might have caused them, like things like what I'm eating, how I'm sleeping, how I'm feeling, my hormones, all of those things I track in a journal, so I can really paint a good picture about why I'm breaking out and addressing the root cause. And for me, the last 2 months have probably been some of the most stressful times. I've really not been coping with stress very well, so I know that that's having a big part to play in my skin. Along with that, my gut health is really not doing great either, and I'm going to see consultants and yeah, trying to get that figured out. So it kind of is no surprise that it's showing up on my skin at this point, and I am doing whatever I can to address that. But it's also become quite apparent that potentially 0.05% strength of tretinoin is maybe not enough for my skin at the moment. So I am thinking about increasing to 0.1%. If anybody else has done that, please leave me a comment below and let me know how that experience went for you. Last time I upped my strength, I didn't really notice a huge breakout or anything. I think my skin started to become a little bit more inflamed and like peely and red, but in terms of breakouts, I didn't notice a significant increase. But anyway, so I'm a little bit hesitant to try that, and I also don't know where I can find 0.1% because, as some of you might know, I live in the UK, and to get hold of tretinoin is not an easy task. I found it easier with my Tretinoin gel, which was able to be prescribed by my dermatologist and my GP. But yeah, getting hold of this was a bit of a task, and I ended up having to buy it over a counter at a pharmacy in Italy because in Europe they have slightly different rules. So yeah, I also checked when I was in Greece earlier on in the year if they did 0.1%, and I cannot find it anywhere. I can only find 0.05%. So who knows where I'm going to find this if I do want to increase the strength. I also want to add that I never think it's a good idea to start throwing tons of things at your skin when you start to break out, because it normally just aggravates your skin, makes it more red, inflamed. So yeah, if you are going to go and use really harsh actives, I would be really cautious. So that's why I'm also a little bit hesitant to see how my skin kind of, I don't know, plays out, see if this period of time passes. I know I can get my skin back under control. So yeah, I'm a little bit a little bit reluctant to start using a higher strength on my skin at the moment. But yeah, I will be looking into that. I'm also trying to find other ways to incorporate vitamin A. So not just topically on my skin, but also in terms of the food that I'm eating and supplementation. I actually tried a synthetic vitamin A supplement probably a couple of years ago to see if I could remove the little bumps I had post-Accutane. If you haven't heard about my experience with that, and you're also somebody who's had little bumps on your skin after Accutane, I will link a video in the description box because I found a way to manage that. But yeah, I did try that out for a little while using a vitamin A supplement, and to be honest, it just gave me headaches, didn't make me feel good, and so I just moved on from that. However, I have found a supplement which I think is going to really help. It is a food supplement, so I'm not taking like a synthetic vitamin, but it is loaded with vitamin A, and that is grass-fed beef liver capsules. And you need to take a few of these to really kind of build up your dose. I'm going to incorporate them slowly and see how my skin does. It's only been a week, so I can't really comment on how well they're working, but like this video, give it a thumbs up or leave me a comment to let me know that you're keen to see updates with this, because I think also internally taking vitamin A should really help this situation. My skin responded so well to Accutane that I just think maybe incorporating vitamin A in my diet could also do the same. And if it doesn't, then I guess this is a good experiment to see once and for all if that actually works. Look how chunky the capsules are though, and I cannot swallow tablets. Super long, but I'm having to empty them into these little capsules. I bought them just empty so that I can actually swallow them. If that's not dedication, I don't know what is. And the brand that I'm taking is Ancestral Supplements. Yeah, this one here. If you're in the UK, I had to pay a customs charge, but if you're in the US, definitely go ahead and try them out. Again, I'll feedback and let you know how I get on with them. In terms of how dry and flaky my skin is and all of those things that are expected with Tretinoin, I found that with more time, my skin has really adjusted to this. I rarely get like red and irritated skin. I would say the only thing that still really bothers me is if I don't exfoliate, I do get dry skin around my mouth quite a lot, and just sort of underneath my nose. I guess it's places where you're kind of like talking and moving your mouth quite a lot. So yeah, those places seem to peel a lot more frequently. I have found a way around that, and that is using a muslin cloth, which I was doing in the evening when I was using my cleanser. I've now mixed that up over the last month, which could potentially be making my acne worse, but I've been trying it for a month and it's helped with the dry skin. But I've actually been going back to cleansing in the morning. I never used to do this since Accutane, and with that cleanse, I would also then use the muslin cloth to remove the dead skin, moisturize over the top, and then I wouldn't have that problem during the day. However, it could potentially be breaking me out a little bit more than I have been, so yeah, might stop doing that and see how that goes. But yeah, in terms of Tretinoin causing the dry, peely red skin, I haven't noticed that half as much as I used to, so I do think skin does start to adjust as time goes on. So here's a quick close-up of my skin so you can see really how it's doing. If you're thinking about starting Tretinoin, or potentially you're already using it, then you do not want to miss a video I filmed last year, which is all the things I wish I knew before starting Tretinoin. If you haven't seen that already, then please click the box on screen now. It will take you over there, and I will see you there. Thanks guys. I'm going to run you through everything I wish I knew. They're probably things that you haven't heard of before, so stay tuned. I'm going to jump straight into the video. Okay, so the first thing I wish I'd known and kind of prepared myself for was that even though you avoid applying this to like really sensitive areas, for example, around your eyes,